Silksong was a pretty fun game, but after completing it to 100%, I missed my little knight. So I thought of playing the Pantheon of Hallownest one more time, but this time I'll be turning the little knight into the Shade Lord. To do this, I'm gonna download the Pale Court mod and equip the Abyssal Bloom charm. Equipping it allows the knight to do more damage when he loses masks. Here's the neat part though, the more masks he has to lose, the more damage he does. But he only has 9 masks, right? Well, yes, but since he's the Shade Lord, it would only be fitting if I could equip every charm of my liking. No, I'm still not picking Viewer Sonic. Doing this, we get 2 extra masks from Unbreakable Strength, 6 masks from Lifeblood charms, and an additional 5 masks from Joni's Blessing, adding up to a total of 22 masks. But there's a problem, the Abyssal Bloom charm doesn't count the additional 6 blue masks, so I did some tweaking in the console mod and changed the knight's actual masks to 22. But to balance it out, I took off all of the Lifeblood charms. After I was done tweaking, I hopped right into the game and this is how it went. I'm gonna have to be careful here since I'm going to be playing on one mask for a while. You'd think that the Pantheon of Hallownest gets boring after a while, but surprisingly it doesn't. Seeing that health bar go down so quickly is honestly very satisfying. It never gets old for me. I feel like if I had 1 or 2 more extra masks I could one-shot the False Knight, but where's the fun in that, honestly? I don't think that would be very enjoyable just to one-shot every boss. That just takes the fun out of everything, you know? But this is fine. I like this. After finishing Silksong, I realized how similar the Bell Beast is to the massive Moss Charger. It's kind of uncanny. Oh my god, look! It's Silksong, guys! It's Silksong! Yeah, that sums Hornet up. I hate Gorb so much. Don't even ask me why, he just sounds so annoying, I don't even want to get into it. Replaying the game, I realize how long the character intros are. Like, I swear to god the boss fight is going to be shorter than the actual intro. Hyped himself for all of nothing. No hate, alright, but why is the Soul Warrior even in the Pantheon of Hallownest? I mean, this guy's a mini-boss, hyping up a better boss. Like, I don't get it. It's a shame that we didn't get to see more of Tiso. I mean, he is part of the Pale Court mod, but I didn't bother downloading the actual mod, I just downloaded the mod for the charms. Because that's all I really needed. You guys have no idea how refreshing it is to fight the Nail Masters in this game compared to the Pinstress from Silksong. God, that is such a bad boss fight. I'm not even capping or glazing this fight up. These two are just superior in comparison. Should I take it? Nah, I'm just kidding. Of course I'm gonna take it. I suck. I'm gonna die right away if I don't. Also, screw this guy. I hate Zero. He's like a budget version of Markov. I'll be honest with you guys, this just feels like bullying. I mean, hey, I'm still enjoying it, don't get me wrong, but this just straight up feels like blatant bullying to me. Okay, don't call me crazy, alright? But do you guys notice that this guy kinda looks similar to Grohl the Great? I mean, they're by far not even close to each other. I know lore-wise it doesn't make sense, but they kinda look alike. I mean, they got a big ass mouth and big ass eyes. I don't know, I could be wrong. You know, if I didn't have the most broken damage in the game right now, I'd probably get absolutely wrecked by the Oblobbles. Cause I cannot avoid their attacks for shit. You know, recently I uploaded a video on YouTube comparing some of the NPCs from Silksong to Hollow Knight, like how Sharma is to Myla. So what do you think, if there was a boss fight in Silksong, which boss fight do you think would mimic the Sisters of Battle? Like, it doesn't have to be accurate, but just what do you think? Like, you know how it's a running gag, everybody likes to compare Nightmare King Grim to Trobio? So what do you think is the same equivalent of the Sisters of Battle in Silksong? You know I'm gonna take the rest of those blue blood, right? But don't worry, I have another mod that lets the UI not glitch out to off screen, so you can actually count the amount of masks I actually have. Playing Silksong, we got a lot of new gooners, but the OGs remember the grip of the Fluke Worm. No? Just me? Gee, my bad. Broken Vessel? Gee, yeah, I sure hope it does. I hate this boss fight so much. Also, some of you guys pointed out from my recent short how Galleon's mask looks so similar to the Fractured mask from Silksong. A little Easter egg there, maybe not intentional or not related, but still. Pretty cool. You guys ever notice that in the Hollow Knight universe everybody speaks kind of gibberish, but in those gibberish moments they actually end up slipping up and speaking real words? Like Master Shio just yells queso like cheese in Spanish and we're all just okay with it collectively. I hope we get to know more about the Hive in Silksong in the DLCs, because their lore kinda seems interesting to me. I mean, everything about Vespa and all that, I kinda like it. You guys ever notice that whenever a being pops out of the void, they always end up having 4 arms? Like, not all the time, but like, most of the time. Like, the Collector has it, the Royal Guards have it, I don't know what they're called. Even the Shade Lord has 4. I don't know. It's pretty Pretty weird. I know that most of you guys are focusing on the attack speed and the damage that the knight is doing, but have you guys ever noticed how fast the knight actually is when it comes to running? He's just kind of zooming through everything. He's running as fast as Hornet sprints. In most of my videos, whenever I went through the Pantheons, I always end up having to respect Grim, because I don't want to attack him. Ah, darn the dream now. I was about to tell you guys how I learned how to not respect him and just go through with it like a speedrunner. But well, guess what's not happening because the dream nail ruined it. Sorry, I mean the dream shield. That's practically the same thing. They're both kind of useless. I'm kidding. Please don't come at me in the comments. I know how useful they are. So far, not a single massive damage taken. This is probably my first that I went so far without taking any damage. Watcher knights, more like watching knights, because they're just kind of dying. Watching each other die. It's also kind of sad and hilarious. Like, just imagine the guy who's being defended by this. Like, imagine who's the Lurian. Imagine Lurian being defended by all his knights and he's just watching all of them die one by one in 2 hits. He's like, is this what I left for myself? Like, damn. I'm getting the strongest feeling that I'm gonna take some damage in this fight. Umu never goes well for me, ever. And he's never gonna let me strike first on the first, I don't know, round. It's just never happening because of my luck. He always goes twice, and both of them are usually the following around attack, this one usually 2 times. But thankfully 1 time was easier. Oh, there we go. Just not... Okay, I already took damage. Okay. Yeah, you guys can see why I don't like this fight. I'm not good at this fight. Okay. I'm just gonna damage tank this. I remember one guy commenting telling me how he preferred Umu over Nosk, and I cannot for the life of me relate to that. Like, how? For the longest time, I never knew how to beat Sly. I could never read his patterns. Like, you know how every boss has a pattern where you get to strike and you kind of give them their turn and they give you your turn? I never really knew how to do that with Sly. Like, it took me so long to do that. It actually took me up until my 44 Radiance video. Up until I realized how to actually beat Sly without taking damage. There it is, the parry. I remember making a guess in my previous video before Silksong came out, thinking maybe there's going to be a parry in Silksong. And some of you guys actually pointed it out in the comments after the game released that, yeah, hey, there is a parry in the game. I'm like, whoa, that's actually kind of insane. That was such a lucky guess. I had no idea that was gonna be a thing. A lot of people might not agree with me, but I really like the Lost Skin boss fight. I really like boss fights where you can push the boss around backwards, because you can use the fluke nest and just kind of break the game. I mean, it's also kind of skill based and I really like that. I really hated the No Eyes boss fight for so long until I learned about her lore recently. It's pretty tragic. So basically what happened was, you know how she hums and sings? That's basically her lullaby for her children. And after her children got taken over by the infection, she couldn't really bring herself to, you know, kill them. So she gouged her own eyes out in order for her to not feel any remorse while doing so. Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Silksong could never. Just to let you guys know, the White Defender is one of the I'm gonna take damage here, won't I? Yup. This guy is one of the tankiest bosses in the game, and he just died in the span of under 3 seconds or something. During my 44 Radiance video, I remember being so overwhelmed while fighting the Soul Tyrant, because I never really thought he could be this hard to beat hitless. Like, not gonna lie, he gave me a harder time than the Pure Vessel. I'm not ashamed to admit it, this guy gave me a very hard time. The guy that's getting pummeled into the ground in like mere seconds gave me such a hard time. It took me around 2 to 3 hours. As bad as I feel for these bosses, I'm never gonna feel bad for this guy. This guy can eat shit. He deserves it. You know, I've seen some theories online connecting Zod to Shellwood, and honestly I thought it was bogus too at first, but after I heard a bit more about it, it started making sense. I mean, look at his weapon, it's actually from Shellwood, it's made out of Shellwood. I mean, this could all just be nothing, but hey, a lot of conspiracies, man, I can't help it. The failed champion is supposed to be a more buffed up version of the False Knight, but because of the broken ass nail that I have on my hands, it just feels like the same fight. I think I glitched out the game because the camera is all bugged out. Nightmare King Grim has so much aura. Like, it cannot be debated. Even though he might not be the strongest because the Radiance is still a thing, he has the most aura. Oh, I messed up there. I actually wanted to charge up my nail, I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Hey, we all make mistakes. Yes, we see the fit, big bro. Come on. Alright, I think I pissed him off. You cannot be this easy to rage bait. Come on, dude. No wonder the Radiance got to you. Okay, here we go. My brother, you do not want this seat. What we learn? Insert sun joke here. What are we gonna fight the sun? Whoa! I just sounded like Gus there. Whoa! Sorry guys, gonna have to do some tweaking over here, sorry for the pause. Because all of my masks are back, my damage is not going to be the same. Thankfully though, we have the debug mod which I'm going to be using, and here we go. Things should go back to normal now. Damn, Dream Shield for the win, oh my god, that's the most it has ever done for me in the past 8 years. Okay, let's just pretend the Radiant isn't 80% of the way dead. In just the first phase. This is something, honestly. This feels like bullying, but the fun kind of bullying, like the playful bullying. That just makes me sound more like a bully, oh my god. Oh, the Radiance is dead. But she's not supposed to be dead, so third phase it is. I always hated this laser beam attack. Now I remember why. Well, you've reached the end of the video now. If you liked it, then you'll like some of these as well. Also consider subscribing as it helps me out a ton.